I still can't remember how it happened, but one day I walked into the library and I was just looking around and I happened to pick up this book called The Courage to Give. It's not any kind of big-time New York Times bestseller. It's by Jackie Waldman, but it intrigued me. You know what I think happened? I think I got it in a book tape. It looked really fascinating when I read the back of it, so I stuck it in the car audio and I listened to it and I was hooked. And then I ended up getting a copy, and then I ended up using it in different programs, and we do use it in some of our intensives and seminars because it is so valuable. Let me tell you what it is. It says, inspiring stories of people who triumphed over tragedy to make a difference in the world. Now, Jackie Waldman went through this really horrible experience where she got multiple sclerosis. And she had to learn to live with that, and it was a really heart-wrenching experience for her. And at one point, she happened to talk to someone that she's highlighted in the book. I can't remember how it all came down. It's been a little while since I read the introduction. And she got this idea. She woke up one morning and she said, "I'm going to tell her stories. That's what I'm going to do." And so she went and found people who were giving service to overcome tragedy in their lives. And so it is a collection of stories that she interviewed these people, and she wrote down the tragedy that they had gone through and the kind of community or individual service that they were giving that had helped them heal. And what she's trying to say, what she's trying to communicate through these stories is that thinking about others is the greatest remedy for any kind of struggle. If it's depression or mental, emotional anguish, if it's physical trials, if it's death, whatever it is, the way to begin the healing process is to forgive and move forward by helping others who are experiencing tragedy or difficulty of their own. So she wants to inspire that movement by sharing these stories, and it's such a beautiful way to do it. So there's a story about a girl, if you've ever seen Unbreakable, you know how the black guy, I can't remember his name, that's the main character that ends up being the bad guy. He has that disease where his bones are really brittle and he can break them easily, and he's always breaking his bones. There's a story of a young girl who actually has that same disease, a real life girl, and breaks bones and break bones and break bones, and she tells her story, and then she tells how service got her out of her own self-pity. Because self-pity is really the killer. And you know what's the fascinating tie-in with this? Is that if you go into AA, if you go into Alcoholics Anonymous and you really begin to study addiction and other sources, there's other articles, and they all reflect this idea that addiction also is caused largely by self-pity. Self-pity is one of the most dangerous things we can engage in. It keeps us from thinking about anybody else. And when you're in the middle of your own crisis, it's very natural to feel badly about what you're going through and to experience self-pity. But she wants to turn you on to the idea. She wants to make you aware. If you're experiencing a lot of self-pity, you're going to stay right in that really bad place. And the way out is to think about somebody else. And it's the same thing with AA. The way out is first you repent, and then you go out and you find other addicts and you help them heal. It's just so fascinating that it really is a key principle of love and of healing yourself and of healing others, to think about and serve someone outside yourself. There's other stories. The Habitat for Humanity story is told here. The Locks of Love story is told here. There's a few other really awesome, fascinating stories. There's a little girl who was so horrendously abused when she was little. She was locked in a closet for long periods of time, and when she was brought out, she was hit, and just heart-wrenching stories. Some stories about death, some stories about personal illness and loss. And so it will do a few things for you. It will not only reiterate and reinforce this true principle that you will be happier if you will serve others. It's just a fact. It's not even on the table. It's not even under debate. It is a true principle. But it will also get you outside yourself and your own problems and remind you how good you really have it. How many blessings you really enjoy right now, and that somebody out there has got it worse than you. So that you don't stay in that really bad place and stay tempted, you know, and keep being tempted to just keep thinking about yourself and just keep wondering and worrying about why your life is so hard and blah-de-da, you know, and all that stuff that you're so tempted to do when you're having a hard time. If you're struggling, pull it out and read one of the stories. Now, on the post, when I post this, I'm going to do something for you. I've read through all of these, and there are some that are not really appropriate for young children to hear. So I've marked mine up as I went through it, some that are very appropriate for families, some that would be a little more appropriate for youth, and then some that only adults should read. So I'll especially pull out those that are for adults and let you know these would probably not be appropriate for your little ones. Most of them are pretty family friendly, and my favorite ones are probably the Habitat for Humanity story, number 3. The first one is really beautiful, Be Happy and Useful. The number 8, An Aura of Strength. This is the girl with the fragile bones. Giving Back, number 11, and number 17, On the Way Home. And I'll highlight those for you on the blog post as well, so that you'll know which ones were my favorite that you might want to read first. So, The Courage to Give. Let it change you. Let it inspire you to be better. Let it go find a nonprofit organization to volunteer for. Go find a place where you can make a difference and bring joy to yourself and others through the service that you can give. And you know what? There's always something. There's always something that you know how to do that somebody else doesn't know how to do. And in sharing what you know, you will change them and change yourself. So, Jackie Waldman, The Courage to Give. See you next time.